Since recently relocating to the Ozark Mountains and building a cottage, I've had to learn how to adapt to living on my own. I've found that getting enough sleep and keeping my body clean are essential. And I've become aware of the fact that many of us were not taught as children how to connect with the living current of life. Thus, we spend our lives seeking for something outside of ourselves to fill a sense of void within. But of course, there is nothing outside of us that can do that. Like most days, I go through my ordinary activities as mindfully and slowly as possible. It's how I stay connected to the living current of life. Just doing the necessary things, like making mung bean soup, for example. It has become a form of meditation for me. I don't rush it. I think it's much better to do everything slowly, to be fully present. I think about this as I add each ingredient, appreciating the food. The whole point of self-nurturing is to take care of one's basic needs and to nourish our bodies and practice proper hygiene. I find that playing soothing music is also very important. The vibrations nurture the heart and the mind. I like drum beats. It reminds me of the rhythm of the earthly mother and my own heartbeat. The supporting skills necessary for achieving genuine fulfillment were widely known in ancient times. Back then, they provided people with practical knowledge on exactly how to absorb the natural energies emanating from the cosmos, as well as the earthly mother. In contrast, our society now faces a crisis of intimate disconnection. So healing this requires we have an inner desire and a willingness to absorb the subtle energies of life into our bodies, our minds, and spiritual hearts. Human beings are wired for social connection. In fact, there are 8 primal emotional needs that, if not met, can steer a person towards depression or addiction. And when these needs are met, they provide a sense of satisfaction, security, and emotional stability. They also help sustain a healthy desire for pursuing long-term goals in our lives. This is why I highly recommend distancing yourself from narcissists and bullies. Bullying and harassing always interfere with one or more of our basic primal needs. What are the 8 primal emotional needs? We have a need to give and receive attention. We have a need for body and mind connection. We have a need for purpose, goals, and meaning in our lives. We have a need for community and making a contribution. We have a need for challenge and creativity. We have a need for intimacy. We have a need for a sense of control and status. We have a need for safety and security in life. In this video, I'm going to talk about the practice of self-nurturing as a necessary prerequisite for eventually cultivating intimate and satisfying relationships, and offer practical solutions and suggestions on what we can do to have our emotional needs met, even while we're single. So let me ask you some questions. If you presently have a partner in your life, can the two of you really talk together? In other words, are you meeting your need for attention and intimacy? Who are you close to? Who really cares about and understands you? This is necessary as a need for intimacy as well. How often do you get to meet up with friends? This addresses our need for attention and community. How is the quality of your sleep at night? Are you happy with your diet? And how much exercise do you get? These 3 questions address your need for a healthy mind and a body connection. How much choice do you have about what happens in your life? This is about our need for control and security. Do you have a clear sense of where your life is going? Do you feel that your need for having meaning and purpose is being fulfilled and honored? Are you excited by what's happening in your life? Are you looking forward to the future? Here again, this is a need for purpose and meaning in our lives. How involved are you with those around you? This addresses our need for a sense of community and status. Many of us are probably clueless as to why we may feel sad or depressed. We might even believe we have serious emotional wounding or trauma-induced mental disorders, when in fact, our primal emotional needs are simply not being met. When I spotted the core problems in my own life, I knew I needed to figure out how to address these issues in the most effective and healthiest ways possible. I ended up spending months revisiting past memories and eventually attempted to recreate the same kind of connection I had with my wife, but through new relationships. Obviously, this was not the right approach. I knew the solution was within me, but I needed to stop trying to improve only the outer conditions of my life. I decided to turn inward, to observe and feel the core problem by emoting. This naturally led me to choose a path of meditation, to meditate rather than medicate. Self-nurturing is a form of self-love, and finding love is an inside job. In my video called The Angel of Water, I talked about providing an Esculapius, developing a lifestyle of holistic healing by using the natural forces. Personally, I did this by simplifying my diet, filling my cottage with plants, and even purchasing an air purifier, as well as playing harmonic music. And I devoted time to gentle stretching as well as daily meditation. Ironically, I have discovered something very interesting about daily meditation. It miraculously does a respectable job meeting our primal emotional needs. Perhaps the ancient mystics and shamans all knew this. Let's talk about it. Daily meditation supplies these benefits. Meditation meets the need for giving and receiving attention through nurturing and self-observation. Meditation provides a mind-body connection, such as heart and brain coherence. It offers spiritual purpose and gives one's life meaning. The goal being calmness and mental clarity. Though meditation may not necessarily furnish a sense of community unless you have others to sit with, but it does supply making a contribution to the collective consciousness of the planet. For example, there's been studies with transcendental meditation practitioners, and it has shown that group meditations have a direct effect on crime reduction, even up to 70%. It offers a sense of challenge and creative thought. Though meditation may not provide or deliver intimacy with another person, it does provide intimacy and knowledge of oneself. It also makes you a better listener. Meditation offers a sense of self-control and discipline, which are highly beneficial and empowering. Meditation fosters a sense of security and safety. It does this by giving one a feeling of accomplishment and self-sufficiency. Ultimately, finding love is an inside job. I believe that a simple life and a meditation practice can significantly mend the misery and pain of loneliness. And even if some of us never find a suitable companion, I believe daily meditation can heal our emotional insecurity. It can help us become more magnetic, supplying us with a kind of superpower to attract the right people into our lives. Instead of existing in a needy or impulsive state of quiet desperation, we can emanate a powerful presence as well as a healthy attraction. In the next video, we're going to dive more deeply into this and talk about cultivating relationships by extending one's own self-nurturing towards another person. Be sure to subscribe so you'll know when new content becomes available. And thanks for watching.